There are rumors that Brittany Griner may be joining the NBA. A female in the NBA. And let's take a second to look at this trade, because that is a very considerable trade, but I don't want to give up my first round pick, so I'm going to go ahead and decline that for now. And we'll be playing the Phoenix Suns, which is, you know, quite ironic. It's my hometown. We're going to have to beat them in my second game here, hopefully, if all goes well. But let's take a step back. Brittany Griner would be either the second or the third female to ever be in the NBA, and I think I read that she'd be the first to actually play in the NBA, but I'm not exactly sure. And could you imagine how different it would be? Would whoever was her opposing competition go hard against her as they would against any other player? Her being a girl, it might affect, you know, the amount of effort that they put towards whatever they're doing. So anyway, let's get started. And I'm pretty sure the Suns, they're 0-2, and yeah, they're pretty much the actual Suns. So not many trades yet. I'm gonna try and get Brandon Jennings so I can put Austin Rivers at shooting guard and have Jennings at my point guard. But for now, we're just gonna let things play out and see how they go. So it's going to be Dragic outside the 3, which is where we want him, because he's got an insane amount of speed. If you saw that highlight the other night of his insane steal and then his steal against Anderson and his layup, it was great. Alright, let's get it over to Aminu. Actually, Anthony Davis does not need to be out there, so let's get him in post, see if we can blow by him and get the close to, so we get it to go. And my fear is that Dragic will be blowing by Vasquez all game, because Vasquez is not the fastest guard in the league, and obviously Dragic he's got a decent amount of speed, so we don't want anything getting too out of hand. Killer defense and a block. Rivers going down, alley-oop, and he can't get it to go. So extremely low scoring first quarter, 2-2, which is good because that means that we're playing defense, as you saw with that block. We're getting the offense that we're gonna need to win in this game. So let's see, we got Vasquez out here. We need to get the ball out of his hands. So let's go over here. And actually, we're going to shoot the 3. We can't get it to go. So Dragic, and this is a bad situation, because this is where the Suns will feed on us. Davis. We're going to do a spin move, pump fake, get him going up, and take it around the other way for the easy 2. Dragic. Now it's Shannon Brown, aka Chris Brown, in a more muscular form, because they look so alike. And I read that they're not related, but I honestly thought they're brothers because they are so resemblant of each other. Let's go Mason. Oh, and we've got enough space to pull the 3 and get it to go, giving us a 5-point lead going into half, hopefully. And that was pretty close, but we've got a 5-point lead going into half, which is exactly what we want. So you see Anthony Davis has 4 points, pretty much leading our team right now, with obviously the lack of points that we have. 4 is really a big difference. So, helping us to get this lead going into the 3rd. Let's go ahead and run a pick and roll with Davis and see if we can get it over to. Ooh, and it's another turnover. I mean, it's our first turnover. And a floater. Interesting shot. You don't see too many of those in 2K. We saw Rivers last game making the clutch threes. So we know we can always go to him for that. So get enough space and see if it works, and it does. Austin Rivers making points that are going to count, especially with such short time on the clock in these games. Louis Scola has a nice mid-range jumper, but he's not too strong in the post, so let's try to keep him down there. And he travels. That's something new. I haven't really seen many traveling violations in this. So 7 seconds, Austin Rivers. To send us into the fourth with an extra 3 points. Austin Rivers, lights out shooter. And just a word of advice, I have since this is a mini season and games only happen like once a week or once every 2 weeks, I have the mid-range and 3-point shooting on scheduled for Wednesday, and I have it on intense, so they get +5 in each category every time this practice happens, and they're only tired for about 4 days after that, which is great. So it's going to be Henry. Can't get anything to go. Rivers going down, and we're going to pass it to Amundsen. And we cannot get off a shot. But there's 26 seconds left, so I think we will probably be able to hold this lead. Dudley to Morris and to Channing Frye, who actually misses it. I'm going to come down here for the last 10 seconds, and we're going to let them run out. And a dunk to finish the game. So we win by what looks like 11, beating the Phoenix Suns here in our second game. If I decide to make the trade or try to go ahead and make a trade happen for Jennings, I'll let you guys know, and stay tuned for the next episode.